Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about the Kanger Tech Sub Dripbox. So now I want to talk about this device. I have been able to use this device for about 8 months, and I want to talk about the differences between one that I received, which was a black model, and another one that I received, which was a red model. Somehow I ended up with a defective black model. One thing that has to happen for this one to be able to even work is you have to put a penny or some kind of nickel or something in here, because the well, it looks like they made it a little bit deeper than the one on the red. So every time you use a 18650 battery without the nipple, you end up having to put the some kind of washer or something that conducts energy and then put the device on there, and then it would fire. Now right now I have a battery 18650 and the one that actually works. So you can see and verify, see it firing, so you see the battery actually works. Now check this out. Every time I had to use the black device, which was my device and this was my husband's device, so me quitting smoking, this was a huge challenge to go through this process just to keep going, you know, to have something to keep me from quitting. So as you've seen, I just pulled the battery out. It fired normally, did fine. Now I'm going to put the battery in here. You can see right here inside the well. Now I'm going to put it on with just the cover, and I want you to hear how much room there is inside the well of this one. Now this is with it screwed all the way in, so that won't screw in anymore. Listen to that. That's the battery. Kanger, what the hell? So here's what I've been having to do. Most of you would know that pennies and dimes, nickels, things like that, they conduct energy. So just to get a little bit so the end of the negative here would connect, I would have to put a penny in there. I mean, how pathetic is that? Kanger, what were you thinking at this moment? I mean, I just don't understand what happened in the line of developing this device versus developing this one. I mean, they're the same thing. The only thing is, the difference is the color. So now let me show you. Now sometimes this fires, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's like hit and miss. So I definitely had to upgrade my device as well too. So let's see if this will fire. Nope. Not firing. No light coming on. Sometimes it does. I mean, there's been points where I just kind of have to jiggle it in there, tighten the little end back up. And see, I'm not even really sure if you can see this on camera, but look, the button got stuck. This is what I was telling you guys earlier about the auto fire. Did you hear that snap? That snap was actually the fire button letting loose because the battery was tightened in here too tight then. Like, it will not fire. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. I mean, it's just a hit and miss. So, I mean, do you really want to spend your hard-earned money on a device that can possibly do this? I want to go over a few other things that this device has that's kind of cons as well. Is the drip box right here. It's called a squonk box. And if you can see here, this white line where it actually started cracking. So this gets bends and folds after using this at some period of time as well. One thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the battery is if you screw this part here in at the bottom where your battery goes, if you screw it in too tight, it will actually auto fire on you. Another thing that I didn't like about this one is with the squonk box, when you're trying to push it in to get the juice to come up in the well of the tank here, a lot of times the juice will come and fall just back down on it, and you end up getting juice all over your hands. It's really messy, and it may not be great for a beginner because it can be quite frustrating to go through those issues right off the gate with this device. It is nice that you can have a dripping mechanism if you want to kind of test the field of dripping. But as far as like the squonk box to the dripping, it ends up being a messier situation than someone would care to deal with. Another thing is you cannot change the drip tips. This drip tip here is specially only made for this device, so you can't put your own drip tip on it if you want. I would have to say another thing about this device is the magnetic cover down here at the bottom that covers up this squonk tank. All it is magnetic, and it can tend to come off if you catch it on something real easy. I mean, it doesn't take much for this to come off at all. So that's another thing I don't like about the device. I do not recommend this to beginners. This was one of the devices that helped me to quit smoking or quit smoking. So, you know, I went through the troubles and the battles with it. So I wanted to just show you this in case you were deciding to get a mod like this. Here's another thing that happens. Inside here where the squonk box went, a lot of the paint ended up coming off from the juice as well. So that was another fault it had. Another thing I noticed, the charge port is right here on this side. When you go to plug it in and you sit it on a desk, I can't tell you how many times I have knocked this over, like over and over and over, because it just pulls the cord, the charging cord over. It makes it top heavy. So I don't recommend this device to a beginner. I don't recommend it to an intermediate person. Kanger, I think you need to go back to the drawing board and think about this device again, because there's a lot of issues with this thing. For someone to spend $40 to $60 on this device, I don't think it's worth the paycheck they spent with you. So, Kanger, go back to the drawing board. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you've had this mod, tell me what you thought. I mean, maybe it's just I got a lemon and that's what it is. But I would love to hear your feedback as well. So leave down in the comments what you guys think and questions you may have about this device before you purchase it. You guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.